Here is 430 Tumbleweed Drive in Brighton, Colorado. It is a ranch home with some brick facade and lap siding. And here's a view looking to the south. Across the street and down the street. Two-car garage in front. The lawn looks to be in pretty good shape. Here's the left side of the home. There's a gate to the rear. There's a little settling in the driveway at the entry. Not too serious, minor wear and tear on the concrete. There are signs of a sprinkler system. Here's a setup for drip irrigation in this raised bed in front. And we got a little ding downspout and some runoff of the landscape rock here. So the tree looks healthy. Let's head inside. The entry is protected. The paint looks pretty good. Not ultra fresh, but still in good shape. You walk in, there's vinyl flooring. They have rounded corners. Immediately to your right is the kitchen. There's a little pantry here. We have Formica tops, composite large bowl sink. It feels spacious in this area here. So they set the dining at this end, and they set it up with the ceiling fan and light. That could always be whatever you want it to be. And this is open over to the living area. Going back to the entry, behind the front door is a coat closet. And then once we enter the living area, they've installed a newer, this is a real wood engineered floor. And this would be the formal dining area. And they've got an air mattress here. So they have a gas fireplace. The glass is a little fogged, and that's normal. That's cleanable. And outside this window is the house next door. We'll go to the back in just a few minutes. The ceiling in here is vaulted, with the lowest part being 8 feet, and looks like it goes to maybe about 10. And then coming from the living area, it's actually a very wide hallway. And to the left is the laundry. And I kind of guessed it would be in an inside space because it had no windows. In the first bedroom, to run across. And it does feel a little tight, but it's got a lot of furniture in here. So this bedroom is only about 10 feet wide, maybe a little over. And it's about 11 to 12 feet long, just from my visual. I will double check more carefully in a minute. And then coming out to the hallway, there's another bedroom, and it's the exact same size as the previous one. There's an attic access, return air going up. And this is probably the furnace and water heater. And my guess is they're original. Has air conditioning. And these are items that would need to be inspected. Seeing filters is a good sign. All right, in this bedroom we have a Berber carpet, and this is the master with the vaulted ceiling. I'd be guessing on dimensions here, but it's definitely much larger than the two other bedrooms. Yeah, I'm guessing it's probably about 14 by more. I'll get you those dimensions in a few minutes. Here we have the master bath. So we have a soaker tub, nice glossy finish, in good shape. The tile looks pretty good. There might be a little grout touch up. I see a crack in the grout, but that's easily fixed. The water closet and the walk-in closet, which is about half the size of one of those bedrooms. So it's an ample size closet. And this shelf is built in. Looks like we have our low voltage wiring and alarm system here. So there's no exterior access from this bedroom. Some people would be inclined to change that to a sliding glass door maybe and have a little patio out there. We'll see what the outside looks like. Anyway, let's go take a look outside. I went ahead and measured the two rooms, and this one is about a 10.5 by 11, not including the little space for the door, and the second one is about 9.5 feet square, coming from where this closet wall is and not including the entry spot for the door. And in measuring the master bedroom, it is 14 wide with the vault and 12 feet deep. And before we go outside, I did skip this full bathroom, which services the two bedrooms. So Formica top, water closet, it's got a linen closet as well, little extra shelf in the bath area. It's all in good shape. A little extra cleaning probably would be helpful. Vinyl floor here. And I did notice the Berber carpets in the two bedrooms could be cleaned. We may want to look at that harder. That one looks like it has some stains that might be a challenge to get out. Okay, I've walked out the back door, and I didn't start filming right away because the sun was like facing right at us. So this is a morning sun area, and it'll get good sun probably until early afternoon, because this is not true facing east-west home. It leans a little bit towards the south, so this is like a south-southeast or east-southeast type of corner. And here's the outside of the master bedroom area. I see some paint touch-up. It looks like the front has better paint than the rear. And here's the side. This is where the air conditioning condenser is. Good sized one, looks a bit newer than what was original. And here's the sprinkler backflow preventer, which they've insulated. There's probably a shut off inside as well, so that can keep from getting frozen. And they've got a little storage shed here. I'll double check the listing to see if that's included. And of course, in a lot of the homes in this kind of area, they'll have these are phone and cable connections, and also there's a power box here. You can always disguise that if you want. So all in all, this looks like the house. There's a little bird nest up here on top of the downspout. I do think that the rear is due for paint. So there's a number of scuffs on the wall here, which are showing the hardboard siding through the paint. And so, yeah, I'd say it looks like they painted the front of the house maybe about a year or more ago, and The rest of it could use some more. The final item on our tour is the garage. And I'd like to point out that in the slab here, they have a ramp built in that looks like that could be a wheelchair ramp. So coming from the garage to the house, it's actually unusual, but otherwise standard garage. Looks like they put plywood up there and with a little access hole, so if you wanted to have some storage in the attic of the garage, that would be okay. But there's a lot of stuff in here because these folks look like they're getting ready to move out. We talked about this on the phone, and I forgot to mention it when I first walked in, but there are no steps from the street to getting in the front door. So this is easily accessible with no steps at all. And this is not new concrete here. It has minor spalling, which often happens if you pour concrete in the winter time. I see it a lot around here. It's more of a blemish than a structural or a safety issue. And just to recap, this home is currently a rental property, and so that can explain some of the condition. Interior paint is pretty good, and like I mentioned before, the exterior paint isn't so great on the 3 sides in the rear. 2 sides in the rear. The front looks pretty good. It does include all the kitchen appliances, but does not include the washer dryer. One final note, the washer and dryer, I should say the dryer, is currently electric only. I did determine that the gas line for the furnace, which is about 15 feet away from me, behind me, is coming from the attic. It may be possible to tap into the gas line in the attic and run one over here to this dryer, if that helps. It does come from the front of the home, so it may not be so long of a run for the line. But anyway, it looks like it's a possible option, but it'll be the expense of hiring a plumber to run that gas line. So there it is. I think that's it for this home. It does need a little touch up, but otherwise could be nice. Hopefully the wind won't be too much trouble in this segment. But this is the larger park to the east of the home, and I'm going to stop talking when I pan because the wind's going to get nasty. Park, if you can see a car moving clear on the other side, it goes that far in front of the houses on the far side. This is still a bit of a wide angle lens, so it doesn't give you the true perspective. They do have a little bit of a wetland area on the south side of the park, so a little bit more of a nature thing going on here. But there are like soccer fields on that far side, and a nice children's play area in the middle.